Good morning, evening, or night, wherever you are. Welcome to WHAM Today. Take a deep breath, clear your mind, and let's drift through the whispers of today's world, one quiet thought at a time. As we wrap up Saturday, 12th April 2025, let's see what stories are unfolding around us. The trade policies of the Trump administration have ignited a trade war between the United States and China, creating economic uncertainty. These tariffs, raised to 125% for China, have led to retaliatory measures from Beijing, impacting American businesses and farmers. The administration previously spent $28 billion to bail out farmers and is considering further assistance. President Trump has, however, exempted phones, computers, and chips from new tariffs, benefiting some tech companies like Apple. The tariffs have also led to suppliers raising prices for retailers. Trump has suggested tariff exemptions and expressed interest in something positive regarding meetings with China and Iran. China, under Xi Jinping, has retaliated against U.S. tariffs by raising its own tariffs on U.S. imports to 125%, labeling Trump's policies a joke. This has led Tesla to halt orders in China for U.S. imported models. A China minister has stated that U.S. tariffs could trigger a humanitarian crisis. Xi Jinping has been willing to let the Chinese people endure hardship. The escalating U.S.-China trade war has created turbulence in stock markets and uncertainty in global trade. Faced with U.S. tariffs, both China and the EU are seeking new trade partners. Vietnam finds itself caught in the middle, being used to evade tariffs. The trade war has also impacted the value of gold and the U.S. dollar. Concerns remain about the cumulative impact of U.S. tariffs on China, causing volatile trading on Wall Street. The EU's relations with the White House have soured due to the tariffs, leading to fluctuations in European markets. JP Chase's CEO, Jamie Dimon, has warned of considerable turbulence ahead for the economy, citing the importance of the China stuff. Canada faces ongoing economic headwinds due to tariffs imposed by the United States. These tariffs have presented significant challenges for Canadian businesses since the Trump administration. A Canadian small business serves as a prime example of the difficulties in managing the trade disruption. Simultaneously, Canada is poised to become a key player in fulfilling the growing energy needs of the artificial intelligence industry. Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, recently emphasized Canada's potential in this rapidly expanding field. Germany is currently seeing its government bonds regarded as safe haven assets amidst financial market instability, spurred by U.S. tariff policies. Simultaneously, Germany has ambitions to evolve into a more prominent military force. Adding to the economic landscape, German business chambers in China are collaborating with their US and EU counterparts to brace for a potentially extended trade conflict, an event they speculate could create avenues for other countries. The United States and Iran will engage in indirect discussions in Oman. This follows President Trump's announcement of potential direct negotiations. New sanctions are also being implemented. Iran is set to engage in renewed discussions with the United States next week, focusing on the escalating concerns surrounding Iran's nuclear program. India's stock exchanges, the NSE and BSE, will be closed for trading on 2 days next week, with traders directed to the BSE website for specific dates. The country's IT sector could be indirectly affected by the trade war initiated by the United States, though some analysts suggest this impact is already priced into domestic IT stocks. Argentina's monthly inflation surged to 3.7% in March, marking the fastest increase in 7 months, driven primarily by escalating food prices. This unexpected rise presents challenges for President Milei. European Union, European Commission, President Ursula von der Leyen is advocating for a stronger Europe with reduced reliance on the United States, particularly in light of global trade disruptions. Spain has proposed that the EU utilize frozen Russian assets to bolster its defense capabilities. France's robust military sector is positioned to contribute significantly to the autonomy of Europe's defense industry, though challenges remain. Hungary's credit rating is nearing junk status due to concerns over Oman's spending plans. Italy, S&P upgraded Italy's credit rating, which is a positive development for Meloni's administration. However, Economy Minister Giorgetti stated that no extra borrowing is planned despite lower growth forecasts. Mexico, despite global concerns and implementation delays, Mexico is seeking exemptions from potential tariffs, hoping to benefit its auto industry. Norway's Arctic islands are closely monitoring developments related to Trump's previous interest in Greenland. United States, new tariffs on Asian ingredients are creating uncertainty for restaurants in the U.S., which typically operate on thin profit margins and have limited access to domestic sources for these items. Talks to combine the PGA Tour and Live Golf have come to a standstill. Venezuela, following a dispute related to gold reserves, Maduro has initiated an overhaul of Venezuela's central bank. Czech Republic, a Czech record company formerly producing pop songs for the Eastern Bloc, is now capitalizing on the global resurgence of vinyl records. And that's a wrap for today's news, because even headlines need a nap. Stay curious, stay kind, and let the noise fade as you find your quiet. Take care, stay awesome, and I'll see you next time on WHAM Today.